Hubris eventually comes for us all, and this is a tale of just that. Going from selling roughly 500,000 copies on an indie game, having a gigantic community build up around you, one of the creatures that you created in your game becoming a very brief, iconic horror legend, to barely having anybody wanting to spend money on your game. This is the story of Choo Choo Charles and Cuffbust. So in 2022, you may remember the game Choo Choo Charles arriving onto the indie scene. It caused quite a commotion at the time, to be honest with you. There was a lot of people that were getting millions and millions and millions of views on their let's play of the game. People were absolutely enamored by the idea of it. There was songs written about the game with like full-blown production value. It was the perfect idea for a perfect time in human history. The train itself with the spider legs, very, very iconic. A lot of people loved the monster design in the game, and it shows. The developer himself has 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, with, of course, all the most popular videos on the channel being about Choo Choo Charles. You can look at this: 5 million views, 5 million, 4.8, 4.2. It was a very big time for this developer. Now, this wasn't, of course, the developer's first rodeo. As they often say, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success, and they've been posting games for a good number of years on Steam before Choo Choo Charles was released. There's some cool art styles in there, very positive reviews, and generally speaking, looking at the styles of the games, you can see that it's a developer who's finding their feet, they're experimenting with styles, and they're honing their skills as best they can. But unfortunately, as it would come to pass, fame is not for everybody. Imagine yourself having made a game like this. Like, all of a sudden, millions of people build up around you about how good the game is. You make millions and millions of dollars on the game. What do you do now? Well, in the case of 2-Star Games, they decided to pump a lot of their effort into another genre of game that was building up at the time, that being the co-op friend swap genre of games. I don't know what to call them. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't call them friend swap, but like literally that's all it means. That's all I can say that you know exactly what I'm talking about. The game at its face looks like a fun little co-op game where you escape a prison with your friends. But I think a lot of the problems that came with this game are boiled down to maybe a little bit of greed and a little bit of hubris on the part of the developer, thinking that everything that they touch turns to gold. And at the end of the day, especially nowadays, releasing in 2025, the cost of living, I don't mean to scare you, but everybody is skint, man. Nobody has any money. We have to be a little bit smarter. We have to tighten our belts, and we have to be more informed consumers when it comes to buying games. So when this game released earlier this year, but a few months ago, and the reviews were awash with people saying that this was a 10-minute game for $20. As you can imagine, word spread, and it became a disaster. Right now, Cuffbust is sitting at mixed reviews, with people saying it's boring, it lacks content, there's not much to do with friends, it's kind of bad. I would like it if I had played this on Roblox or paid $5 for it. And I think this is after the developer has cut down the price of it. It used to be around $20. It's now about 10, like 8 to 10. Only one map for 10 minutes of gameplay. Price is much bigger than other similar games. Do not waste your money. Alongside the fact as well, it came with 3 different DLCs on day one. People were not happy. Price too high. Day 1 DLC, a deluxe edition, big load of day 1 merch with in-game ads, less than 1 hour of content, way too easy, and no difficulty settings to change this. Cringe. I don't know if that's necessarily a criticism of the gameplay, but requires agreement to a third-party EULA. I don't really see an issue with that. No controller support, 0 online lobbies to join, so you just need to convince all your friends to buy this one. And the fact that the game came packaged with 1 single map, so not particularly replayable. Now, it did come with a level editor at the beginning of the game as well, so I think what the developers were expecting was that people would buy the game and then make maps, and they would not have to put in any effort in constructing their own ones because the players would do that for them. And to a certain degree, I think that that's probably a good strategy sometimes, provided that you already have a very, very solid foundation of a game in place for your community to play and get invested into the game. If Halo 3, now this is a bad example because Halo 3 gameplay is just insane, but if Halo 3 was just like 1 map, it was only 1 single map, I don't think it would have had the variety. I don't think people would have been as invested in it, and as such, I do not think I would have been playing Infection or any of the other crazy assault course maps that people actually built on the Forge mode. I spent a lot of time in Forge mode. Same with many other games that have level editors in them. All these games like GTA 5 drive that allow you to build stuff and create stuff. Generally speaking, they have an unbelievably rock solid foundation of a game to build upon, and it's only for the people that are actually wanting to be part of that community. If your game has one level and it's worth 10 minutes of game time, shock horror, nobody's going to want to be invested in that community. Some people will, but that's probably because they like the developer, not necessarily because they like the product. People on Reddit and game development subreddits are trying to use Cuffbust as like a branching off point for what goes wrong in pricing a video game. And if you're subscribed to game dev forums like I am, never made a game in my life, just interested in it, then you'll see a lot of the time when people talk about video games, they talk about price points and points of entry into a franchise. Indie games right now and indie game developers are kind of freaking out because people do not have the money and the disposable income that they used to spend money on frivolous video game spending. Some people do, some people will spend money on everything and anything, but for the most part, a lot of indie game developers are a bit frustrated because they cannot really be pricing their video games above $15, despite the fact that they may feel that the game is worth more than $15, and even other people may feel that the game is worth more than $15. But the fact of the matter is, if you want somebody to be invested in it, a lower price of entry ultimately means more people are playing it, which means more people are reviewing it, which means it gets boosted up the Steam charts, ideally onto the hot topic kind of best-selling games of that particular span of time. And this is a perfect example with Cuffbust, and a game that priced itself way out of the market. Consider the fact, if we're comparing it to its contemporaries, okay? Cuffbust launched at $20. Repo is sitting at around $10. Lethal Company is sitting at the exact same price. Peak is even cheaper than both of them, being probably sitting at around $8, although it's £6.39 British money. Even games like Content Warning. I own Content Warning. I have never once played this game, but they gave it out for free to anyone that wanted it in 24 hours. And to be honest with you, looking at the number of reviews that it's got, it's a pretty good idea, apparently, as it would seem. But even then, it's $5. This is infinitely easier to convince your friends to play when there's a much bigger, expanded upon world with which to play in. Lethal Company is getting constant updates. Repo's getting updates. Content Warning, I presume, is also getting updates, although I've never played it. But also, if you really, really, really want to play this game, you kind of do have to jump in with your friends. And convincing your friend to spend $5 to $10 is infinitely easier, and I don't know why, than making one of your friends or 3 of your other friends spend $20 on a game that they're going to spend 10 minutes on. The only thing that's going to come from this, and I think that that's probably one of the things that has hamstrung this project from the beginning as well, is that looking at a lot of the reviews that people have written on it, it says product has been refunded, which I completely understand, because if you get less than 2 hours of game time on it, Steam will give you a refund with absolutely no questions asked. So people are getting the full game experience in the half an hour that they play and then deciding that it's not for them and they're moving on to something else. I have had this experience with friends as well. I want to play a game with them. I've already bought the game and they say that they will play for 1 hour and 45 minutes and not a second later than that because they want to make sure that they get their refund if they don't enjoy the game enough. So it's definitely kind of difficult to look at how much this game actually made over the time that it's been out since October. It was not always priced at $20. It's currently $9.99. I just want to get like a bit of a grasp on a general average, how much a game like this could potentially be making compared to Choo Choo Charles. Now, once again, these numbers are not going to be accurate, but let's say 20,000 copies sold at $15. That's still a pretty solid amount of money to be making. That's $300,000 that you've made off your game. However, there's a lot of things that factor into that. First of all, you have to consider the fact that Steam take a 30% cut of all the gross revenue that you make from your game. So we're immediately going to be taking off $100,000 from that. We're now down to 200 grand. Then, unfortunately, you've got corporation tax, which depending on what country you're in, if you're in my country, 20%. That takes you down to 160 grand. What do we do from there? Well, there's also VAT that you have to pay if you're in my country once again, which is another 20%. So realistically, this game made less than 150 grand since its launch. Now, for a lot of indie game developers, that is an absolute dream come true. It is a game changer, especially if you're a solo developer, but this was made with a team. This was made off the back of probably one of the most popular indie games of 2022, and it's sitting at an average daily concurrent of 8 people. It's still selling copies though. But is it retaining people? I would probably say no. Since then, though, the developers have actually released a couple more maps on it, as far as I can tell. And I have purchased the game because I am interested to see where this project has gone in the last couple of months after possibly one of the most disastrous indie game launches of all time off the back of an absolute gangbuster success. So, welcome. We're going to play some Cuffbust today. I don't have any friends that I can convince to spend money on this game, but nevertheless, we're going to play it solo because I'm sure that you could probably do that. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel, give the video a like, and let's jump on to some games. Alright, so welcome to Cuffbust, I suppose. We should probably try and play the tutorial, I would say. I think that probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. There's another key. Grab that. Open up the green door. Okay, we got a red key now. Should find that. Well, there's an orange key as well. Maybe we should take that just to be... Wait, it's actually, I think it's just an orange door. A ladder, a baton, a metal pipe, a banjo, another ladder. Ooh. Okay, we have a pipe bomb. Jesus. Dear Lord. Okay, let's open this up. We got a screwdriver. Oh, wait, that's actually been weakened. We'll go get something else. Gosh. Unscrew event achievement unlocked. Sorry, I have no idea what the guy in the background is saying, man. I'm beyond fucked. I have no idea what he's saying, man. I probably should care, but I kind of get it. Oh, okay, we stopped that. Now we can slide through. Gosh. Shovel, spoons, and pans to dig tunnels. You know what? It all looks a bit amateurish, but it is an indie game, so I kind of like can't really hate on that. It's a fun art style, and to be honest with you, it feels like kind of clean to play. What I am worried about is the amount of content that exists within this game. Right, boss. There we go. Orange key has been unlocked. Bosh. And then what else you got? ID card. We'll take that. All right, what do we got? Oh, we got ammo. Wait, one bullet? Handcuffs. What on earth was that? Let's unlock this door first, and then we'll pick up the stun gun. We do have an ID card. Handcuffs. Okay, there is a gun up there. There we go. Oh, at least we can pick the bullets up. They stack at the very least. Yo, they got the little chomper, man. And the blicky. Oh my goodness. A lot of ID cards here. Pick up some bullets. Get rid of the handcuffs. We'll pick up the... Get rid of the handcuffs. We'll pick up the green key. And then... Gosh. Is there anything else we can unlock here? Well, we're out of the prison. And but that's just a tutorial. There's absolutely more than just this. Okay, we've escaped the island, I think. We don't have the most amount of fuel in the world, but... There we go, we made our first escape. Huge! Now you're ready to really bust. There's so much more to explore and discover in Cuffbust, but now you're up to speed on the basics. Work together with your friends, backstab or race to be the first ones to bust, or wreak as much havoc as possible, committing crimes to become the king of the block. It's open to all kind of playstyles, so try out different strategies with your friends. Okay, well, I'm interested in seeing what more there is to actually play on this. Is there any service going? Right, okay, there's one. And I have to host? Okay, there still is only one map, I think? Cuffbust Originals. Alright, okay, so, I mean, we have some other ones here. But I don't know if, I mean, I guess we'll just try it. Why not, right? We'll host a server, and I guess we'll just find out if we can gauge anything from this, I suppose. I have no idea. Okay, you know, I'm gonna hold G. We're just gonna start the game. I'm not gonna wait for other players because I'm not that unrealistic about my expectations here. Oh my goodness. I don't love that amount of noise. Ah! I don't even have a weapon yet. Is there any... I mean, I guess we can just run through this way. Run this direction. And then hopefully that makes him slip. Okay, a single spoon. It's not exactly what you're looking for. Although, hold on. A has allowed us to tunnel through. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make it through that. We're going to have to come back to that one. That's a little bit too much. We don't have... Ah! I slipped on my own soap. It's a bit weird. Because, like, I guess I get it. Because we're tiny little koalas. But it is supremely annoying that we are only, like, up to a certain amount of height on every single surface that is in this game. So, like, if I want to, like, see what's up there, I mean, it's slightly above eye level. Which I guess is probably not that big of a deal for a lot of people. I'm dead. Okay. Okay, you're still hitting me? Wait, I'm back? Oh, wait, but I'm cuffed. He's still battering me, man. Can I restart? I'm back up again. I don't know how, but I'm back up. How do I get these cuffs off, though? Oh. Hold on. I slept on the damn thing again. Okay, we're free. I think we're gonna need to take out that officer before we're able to move forward, which is a shame because the I don't believe it. Okay, we survived. We got a key card, and I got a weapon as well, which is hopefully gonna be pretty valuable. We need to find where the orange key is for, though. We need to get out of here, man. An interdimensional disturbance. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't see that before. Okay, and we can dig here as well. If we run out of, like, pans or spoons, this is going to be troublesome, I think. Oh, no, we're out. We got some weed. Smoke weed. Right. Okay, this is obviously difficult for me because I'm on my own. So, like, this lift... I sincerely hope there's nothing valuable up there because I can't get there to help or to do anything, you know? I am scared that this game is not completable on your own. Ah! Oh wait, do I have the key for this? How did I get here? Where am I right now? I don't have like I don't have a screwdriver or anything to get the things off the vent. Come on. Come on! Okay, what did you drop? Blue key? A panic button? I don't really know what value that's going to bring, but we'll accept it nonetheless. Okay, I can't break that down. Can I go in here? I cannot go in there. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, we can go in there. Maybe. Each cell has its own... Okay. Well, it's the only realistic direction that we can go in. That's not what I wanted to see. Take the metal pipe and hope that it can be used to help us here. White paint. Okay, you know what? We could actually... Let's see. Let's put the coins in. 1, 2, 3. Bye. We get a green key for that. We use it to open up the green door. We're out. We're so out. There's a green door up there. Perfect. We're out! But where to? Okay, there's a helicopter on that roof. There's another interdimensional portal. We're outside. I don't really want to take it in case we end up getting put back in. Is that a... I mean, that's an anti-air gun of some kind, I think. Okay, I'm getting shot at. Here's the thing. I can see a boat down there. Just keep jumping. Okay, you got me. You got me good on that one. Ah! Ah, he destroyed the boat! How do we drive? Oh my god, we're out. That was a little bit scarier at the end. I just saw a rickroll inside that. I have no idea how long that took me. Can I check? That took me 20 minutes to complete. I know there's like a lot of different ways that you can do it, but I don't know. I suppose it's probably worth having a look at some of the other stuff as well. I guess there are a couple of people who are also playing some things here, but we can change to Obianage, Basketball Caught, Gas Queen, The Asylum, Run and Gun. Let's have a look at Run and Gun. Oh, this is like all... This is all workshop ones. Grab paint cans and draw whatever you want, anywhere you want. Use drivable cars to reach higher places. Run the gauntlet with your fellow Jailians. Pick a route and try to be fastest. Keep moving. I guess we can have a look at what a custom game looks like in this, because you know what, even if the game doesn't have that massive of a population, people are still very passionate about things they like. People love making maps, people love doing stuff like this. Garage Mod wouldn't exist if it wasn't for a huge amount of players that were putting their effort into something that was for absolutely no benefit to themselves apart from for the love of the game. All right, let's have a go of it. This is called the Gauntlet. Presumably we have to make our way out without getting caught. You know what? Give me a couple of screwdrivers. Okay, I cannot take multiple. Whoa, okay. Sorry. We gotta take multiple routes and hope that we don't get shot or killed on the way there. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Well, it's quite laggy, actually. It's I guess it's kind of a parkour type situation. Okay, I got shot and it dropped. Oh, okay. I got shot and it dropped me into the pit, man. It knocked me back. Ah! This looks alright. This pathway looks okay. Purely guesswork here. Purely guesswork. Oh my goodness. But is there? Ah! Okay, we're dead. To be honest with you, I don't really know what to do because this is a nightmare of a mess of a maze. Sorry. So like I'm struggling to figure out the direction with which to go, which I guess is the point. But at the same time, you know what? It could be fun with friends. If somebody gets dropped down, though, I don't really know how to respawn, which would be a good thing, I think, to do. And also, you know what? You're supposed to be playing with your friends, and I'm playing on my own, because, like, what's wrong with me, man? Okay, I figured it out. We're breaking free. Oh, is that it? Well, we made it out, I suppose. I think ultimately... Admittedly, a lot of games do kind of drag out their runtime a little bit in order to try and get over that 2-hour mark. The 2-hour mark, of course, being the general region of time where you can get a refund without having to answer any questions, I suppose, about the game that you just played. But this game kind of has like an opposite problem, wherein it doesn't really have much content at all, and you can't exactly blame people for refunding it when there's really not that much to do in it. The thing is, you can replay it. I think the first level that they have is actually probably really solid. There seems to be like quite a lot to get on with in it. It's just difficult. You can't be releasing a game that's meant to be this kind of sandbox with only like one singular map, and it's not even early access. If it was early access, I feel like I could see some, by the way, I'm absolutely goated at this basketball game. I could see some validity in it. But it is a full release, and it came out at $20. And that just ain't right, man. But regardless, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like, because it helps out a great deal. I've definitely been putting quite a considerable amount more effort into the videos of the editing recently. I hope you can notice that. It has taken me a lot of time. I have not streamed in a while. But until tomorrow, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. Bye.